Chapter 2 review of 2.1 and 2.2. Question number letter A. Write the vertex form of a quadratic function and how to find the vertex. So the vertex form is fx equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Now to find the vertex, you only have to identify h and k, and remember for h you're going to use the opposite sign. So the vertex is going to be h comma k. Write the standard form of quadratic function and how to find the vertex. So the standard form is going to be ax squared plus bx plus c, and the vertex x coordinate would be x equals negative b over 2a. And once you plug this in back to the equation, that will be your y coordinate or function value at x or negative b over 2a. For number 1, what is the parent function of this function? So the parent function is quadratic function. The name of the function is quadratic, and the equation is fx equals x squared. Now you're going to describe this gx function. Plus 6 means you're going to go to the left 6 units. This negative 4 means you're going to go down 4 units. Number 2 is the same thing. You're going to write down the quadratic function as the name, and equation is fx equals x squared. Description of this one, the negative 1 means you're going to go right 1 unit, plus 5 means up 5 unit. Number 3, let G be a transformation that is a vertical stretch by a factor of 6 and translated 3 units right, then translated 7 units down of the parent function fx equals x squared. We are going to write down the rule or gx, that is a transformated function of fx, and then we are going to graph the gx showing at least 3 points. So we're going to do this question step by step. So the first thing is to do is a vertical stretch by factor of 6, which means 6 times x squared. So that's the first step. Second step, you're going to move the function 3 units to the right, so x minus h or x minus 3 squared. And then the last one is down 7 units, so down 7 unit. So this is going to be your gx, that is a transformation of parent function fx. Now the vertex is going to be 3 comma negative 7, and axis of symmetry is 3. Plot 3 comma negative 7. Now the pattern for this one is 1 comma 3 comma 5, but a is 6, so you're going to multiply this 6 with each and every number inside. Now the new pattern would be 6 up, 18 up, and 30 up. So we don't have such a big graph. We're going to start from the vertex and we're going to go from here 6 units up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1. And from here you can go 18 up and over 1, which I'm not going to. So 3 points are enough to make a graph. So here is my graph that is vertically stretched by 6 unit and moved 3 units to the right and 7 unit down. Question number 4. Let G be a transformation that is a vertical shrink by factor of 1 over 3. So this is happening in the beginning. So 1 over 3 is going to be your first step, 1 over 3x squared. The next part is translate this to 4 units left and then translate 5 units up. So my next step is going to be 1 over 3 x plus 4, so 4 unit left, plus 5 because 5 unit up. So my final answer for gx is going to be 1 over 3 x plus 4 squared plus 5, because for left 4 unit you're going to add 4 inside, and for 5 units up you're going to add 5 outside the function. Remember, left and right means that you're adding or subtracting inside of the function. For vertical translation, up or down, you're adding outside the function. Now the vertex for this problem is -4, 5, which is this point right here. And then the axis of symmetry line is x equals -4, that is passing through -4. And now we are going to find the other 3 points to graph this function. So to graph this, I have to choose carefully x value that can cancel the 3 from the bottom. So this is my line of symmetry. So I can choose any point from this side or the right side or from the left side. And then I can make the mirror image on the other side. X value that I'm choosing is -1. So I'm choosing x equals -1 because for this one here, if I put -1, it's going to give me 3. And any number that is multiple of 3 or 3 can cancel the 3 from the bottom. So that's why I'm choosing -1. So let's see here what we get for y value if I choose x as -1. So that's going to be -1 plus 4 squared plus 5. So that's going to be 1 over 3, and that's 3 squared plus 5. So that's 9 divided by 3 is 3 plus 5, so it's going to be 8. So now my point is going to be -1 comma 8. If I want to avoid not to deal with the decimal, then I have to choose the x value very carefully that can cancel the fraction from the bottom. So my point is going to be -1 comma 8. So now I'm going to plot the -1 comma 8, this point right here, and its mirror image on the other side. I'm going to connect these 3 points to get the graph of the function, and that is going to be my parabola gx, which is vertically shrunk by 1 over 3 and moved 4 units to the left and 5 units up. Question number 5. A rocket leaves a launcher 5 feet off the ground. The equation describing the rocket's height is given in the form of ht equals -2t squared plus 16t plus 5. Find the time it takes the rocket to reach maximum height, and then find the maximum height. So we assume that the time is x or t in this case, and when you plug it in t value here, the y value or function value is going to be your height. So first thing we're going to do is to compare a, b, and c. So a is -2, b is 16, and c is 5. So to find the t, we're going to use the -b over 2a formula and find t as 4. So the time is going to be 4 seconds. And now we're going to use this t equals 4 and plug it in for this function that is height, and find the height at 4 seconds. So I plugged it in 4 for t in this equation. So t equals 4, you plug it in here for t, and this is going to be 4 squared times -2, that is -32 plus 64 plus 5, and that is 37. So the maximum height is 37. For number 6, the path of basketball can be modeled by hx equals -3x squared plus 2x plus 4. The equation describes the basketball's height in h feet and t or x in seconds. So I'm using x because I just use this variable for t this time. Find the time, that is x or t, using this formula -b over 2a. I got the t as 2. And to find the maximum height, I used the x equals 2 and plugged it in the equation to find the maximum height. And when I used the 2 to plug it in here, I got the maximum height as 16. Question number 7. Write the general equation of vertex form of a quadratic function. So the vertex form is a times x minus h squared plus k, where h is for left and right and k is for up and down. H and k is the vertex, so it's going to be -4 comma -2. A is the vertical stretch or shrink. So from this point to this, you're going to see how many unit it went up. Those many unit would be your A. So it's going up 1, 2, 3, 4. So A is going to be 4. Now you plug in A value, H and K in here, and then you're going to find the function for this graph. So the vertex form is this, and your vertex is h comma k is 5 comma -4, that you're going to plug it in for h and k. You count how many units it goes up is going to be your A. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. So A is 3. And it opens up, it means that's going to be +3. Number 9. Write a rule for G described by the transformation of the graph fx equals x squared. The reflection on x-axis means that you're going to add the negative in the front. That's step number 1. 5 units up means you're going to add 5. That's step number 2. Vertical stretch by a factor of 4, then you're going to multiply 4 in front. Remember, you're going to multiply the entire function if the stretch or shrink comes last. So you're going to distribute the 4 inside the function. So -4x squared plus 20 would be your final answer. Question number 10. Write a rule for G described by the transformation of the graph of fx equals x squared. Reflection in the x-axis, so it means that your first step is to multiply negative in front of x squared. Down 8 means -8. Step number 2 is translation, 10 units, right? So you're going to subtract the 10 inside the function. Now you're going to shrink the function by a factor of 1/2. So you multiply the entire function by 1/2. Anytime you have a shrink or stretch at the last, then you multiply the entire function by that number. So distribute that inside, you're going to get this one -1/2 x minus 10 squared. 1/2 times 8 would be 4.